Hello everybody, welcome to another video. So today I thought maybe I should show you something. Instead of doing a review video or an unboxing video, I'm going to show you my compilations, the video game compilations that I have. It's to save for the best or to save some money. It's worth to check it out. Maybe some of them are worth it, some of them are actually not worth it. So anyway, now let's start in alphabetical order. I will also tell you if this compilation is on other consoles or not. So anyway, let's start with Assassin's Creed Ezio Trilogy. This is basically Assassin's Creed 2, Revelations and Brotherhood, and it has a DLC for Assassin's Creed 2, but it doesn't really have much DLC for Revelations and Brotherhood. You also have the second game on the disc, but the other two games, Revelation and Brotherhood, you have to install them first. However, but you don't download them, you just install them, and you have to play the disc first in order to play them while they're on the hard drive. So anyway, maybe it's worth it, but not the best one. It's also on the PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, but the Xbox 360 is the exact same as this one. The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, on the other hand, is basically more of a remaster. It's called the Ezio Collection. Has all the DLC but no multiplayer. And however, it's buggy, so it's the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions aren't exactly worth it. Anyway, now let's skip. Here's Bioshock and Bioshock 2 in a collection called Bioshock Ultimate Rapture Edition. It has Bioshock 1 and 2 and all the DLC, so it's definitely a must grab. All the DLC is, if you haven't played the games before. It's also on the Xbox 360, so it's worth buying even if you don't have it. Now next up, it's basically Capcom Essentials. Now this one basically they're bringing Soul together at the same time. You'll usually find them together like this, and they come with a bag. I don't have the bag, sadly, I lost it, but it's a very small bag, so it's not exactly something I take outside with me or anything, and not exactly for collecting either. It looks bad. Anyway, you usually find these, and they're still worth getting. If you find each one alone, then they're basically you're buying a used one or something. Anyway, basically case 1 has Resident Evil 6 and Dead Rising 2, as each of them are in their own disc. I played Dead Rising 2 and it's great. And there's this one which has Super Street Fighter 4, Devil May Cry 4 and Mega Man 10. As usual, both of these games, Super Street Fighter 4 and Devil May Cry 4, are each in their own disc, but Mega Man 10 on the other hand has a download code, so you better be careful. But anyway, well, yes, I know that all of these games right now are in current generation consoles and have the better versions on them, but still, if you find this deal, it's still worth getting. It's a great deal. Find this bundle or compilation, however you call it, still worth getting. And next we have, for the I forgot to mention, sorry, this compilation you'll also find on the Xbox 360, so be sure to check it out there. Anyway, sorry about that, I forgot. So anyway, here's Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. This one basically has all three games on the PlayStation 1, Crash Bandicoot 1, 2 and 3, remastered in high definition and with better graphics. So yeah, you can play. The compilation was a timed exclusive for PlayStation 4, but now it's on the Switch and the Xbox One and the PC. There's almost no difference between them. Maybe the only difference is in the PlayStation 4 because it has Naughty Dog references in it, but otherwise it's still worth getting. And I'm not sure if I even count it as a compilation anymore, since they're basically remakes of the old games, but still worth getting anyway. And here we have Devil May Cry HD Collection. This one has Devil May Cry 1 and 2 and 3. Basically they have all the PlayStation 2 Devil May Cry games. Now, despite being called HD collection, there's almost no difference between them. The only difference between these and the PlayStation 2 versions are the trophies, and it says here exclusive bonus content. Well, it's only artwork really, so nothing special. So basically, if you've never played the Devil May Cry games, these are worth getting. But if you don't care, but if you played them before and don't care about trophies, then you can pass. So this collection is on PC and PS4 and Xbox One, and also the 360. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting any one of them, even if there's a PS2 only. Now next is God of War Sega. This one is very unique. It's basically a compilation of other compilations. It has got the compilation is kind of 3 games instead of 5 really. Depends on how you see it. You see, basically God of War Sega has God of War Collection, God of War Origins Collection, and God of War 3. Origins Collection basically has the PSP games but remastered, and God of War Collection has the PS2 games but remastered. So yeah, it's 5 games, but I'm telling you it's kind of also a compilation of a compilation, which is why I'm saying it's 3. Anyway, I remember I bought this for my first PlayStation 3 games. It's definitely worth getting for a great deal. It costed me like $30, so $30 for 5 games is really great. But unfortunately there is something. All of these games you can play them on other consoles, but the compilation itself is exclusive to the PlayStation 3. Like for example, God of War 3, you can play it on the PlayStation 4 as well. There's a remastered version. God of War Origins Collection, which is the PSP versions, you can play them on the PSP. And the God of War Collection has the PlayStation 2 collection version, sorry. And there's also one which is released for the Vita. I have the Vita version. The graphics are the same as the PlayStation 2 version in my opinion, but the cutscenes actually look worse. There are a few bugs. The only bug I found really was one that prevented the trophies from popping sometimes, but reinstalling fixes it. I have it digitally, sadly, no physical copy. But anyway, nevertheless, this is a PlayStation 3 exclusive compilation, definitely worth buying. And next we have Grand Theft Auto the complete edition. I'm not sure if this counts as a compilation, as this could also be in just a simple game, but with the DLC bundled in it. Anyway, but I think episodes from Liberty City can be played alone without the original game. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting anyway. This kind of counts as 2 games together in one, and it comes with a map, but unfortunately I lost my map. I used to have it, but it was gone. But it's basically a map of the game, and the other side has a picture of 3 women from the game. I can't remember, sorry. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting if you have never played it before. And next we have Metal Gear Solid the Legacy Collection. Now this is actually one of the best compilations you will ever meet in your life. As basically, look here, it comes with 8 games, kind of like kind of like God of War. It's a compilation of other compilations. Now it comes with basically the compilation Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, which has its own games, and Metal Gear Solid 4. And it also comes with a download code for Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. It has basically every Metal Gear game up till 2012. So anyway, it has Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid VR Missions, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and it also has Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 as the digital graphic novels. Anyway, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 are added in the collection, in this Metal Gear Solid 3, sorry. You access it from there. So basically, while this compilation is exclusive only to the PlayStation 3, there's another compilation for the Xbox 360 called Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, which basically has Metal Gear, Metal Gears 2, and also Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker only. However, there's also another compilation, it's the same name but for the PS Vita, which has Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. And Snake Eater has Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 1, sorry, Metal Gear 2. It's actually it's actually works great despite all that. Believe it or not, it almost looks better than the PlayStation 2 version. While maybe the gameplay is in 30 FPS, but nevertheless it's still great. It doesn't have Peace Walker, however. Konami said that Peace Walker is already on the PSP, and PSP is backwards compatible with Vita, as long as it's digital, of course. So yeah, if you have a Vita, this is definitely worth getting, and if you have a PS3, this is even much better worth. And now let's step for the final two compilations. This is Tekken Hybrid. This basically has Tekken Tag Tournament but in HD, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Prologue, and Tekken Blood Vengeance. Now, it's not worth getting in my opinion. It's only for the PlayStation so far, but not worth getting. You see, Tekken Tag Tournament HD is a remaster of the other Tekken game, Tekken Tag Tournament. But also the PlayStation 3 has Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which has a lot more content. It's the same game but with story and more characters and better graphics, everything really, and also online. So yeah, this game aged badly, in my opinion at least. Anyway, it also has Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Prologue, which is basically a beefed up demo. It has 4 characters, Alisa and Xiaoyu, and also Jin and Kazuya. But Jin and Kazuya are basically, you play them in devil form, but not just any devil form, in the ones that you see in the movie, Tekken Blood Vengeance. So yeah, maybe not worth it even with that demo. Anyway, now for the third part of the compilation, it's Tekken Blood Vengeance. It's basically a movie that's set between Tekken 5 and 6. It's an alright movie, but if you're not a Tekken fan, you're not gonna enjoy it. I mean, the action in this movie is great, and the action is basically the same as the ones in the games. Their moves are the same as the games, but yeah, still worth it. The movie is alright, I mean, but the compilation itself, not really. Anyway, now for my final compilation, Time Crisis Rising Storm. Now, despite being called PlayStation Move, you can play it without the PlayStation Move. You can play, but it's better of course if you have PlayStation Move and the camera. Anyway, basically this has Time Crisis Rising Storm, which is a spin-off from what I know, and it also has Time Crisis 4 and Death Storm Pirates. Time Crisis 4 was on the PlayStation 3 before, but Death Storm Pirates is first time on the PlayStation 3. Anyway, Rising Storm is actually a nice game, and it has all of these have offline multiplayer, but Rising Storm has online multiplayer, and it's still active even today. And so far it's on the PlayStation 3, but it's not really bad. If you like those arcade shooters like House of the Dead, then this is worth getting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.